Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Kunja Bihari Yashodanandana Gajajanana परिभाषिकाचार्य वेदांत स्वामी शील प्रभुपाद की आनंद कोटि वैष्णव की ज्ञानांजनाशलाकया Chakshurunmilitam yena tasmai Shri Gurave Namah. Shri Chaitanya Vishnu Sthapitam yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yutapatakamanam Shri Guru Vaishnavanscha Shri Rupam Sagrajata Sahagan Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Shri Radha Krishna Pada Sahaganam Shri Shakandam Sat He Krishna Karna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagapate Gopesha Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Shabano Pranamami Hari Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Vrachari Sesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Vishatari Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Vedanta Shivasadi Gaurava Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Ram Rama Hare Hare Krishna. Hare. Welcome you all for this Sunday feast program and also the Janmashtami 5-day celebrations. And this today is the 5th day. I see a lot of enthusiastic devotees still, sitting here and inspiring me. All 4 days, so many services, so much of work, sacrificing their own time, and they rendered a lot of service to the guests of Sri Radha Gopi Janavalo. So, thank you so much for inspiring me. First of all, I would like to put a disclaimer. After listening to all the exalted devotees for the last 4 days, I feel so much embarrassed to sit in front of all of you. I'll just quote my standard Niti Shastra. Okay? Just carefully listen before we go into the discussion. The wonderful sloka in Niti Shastra called Kaka Krishna, Pika Krishna. What is that? Kaka Krishna, Pika Krishna. Kaka crow is also black. Koil is also black. Cuckoo bird is also black. How do we know? Vasantrutu agachet. Kaka Kaka, Pika Pika. So until Vasant Ritu comes, we cannot find out. When Vasant Ritu comes, then you will find out. Like that, you will find out who is sitting here. Before speaking, you may have different ideology, but if I start speaking, then you'll come to know my embarrassed situation here. I'd like to seek the blessings of all the senior devotees before we go into the topic. Starting from His Grace Kishore Prabhu. And also His Grace Shyam Kishore Prabhu for giving me the opportunity to speak and share so that I can hear and purify my own heart. That's the only purpose. Are you all okay? Very well. I think Prasadam time is still 2 o'clock. So you have to bear with me for another 45 minutes. So how many of you have not attended Janmashtami? Is there anyone who did not attend Janmashtami for the last 4 days? Not attend, okay. As a new. Oops. So I see a lot of enthusiasm in the devotees, and also a lot of effort and desire of SKC Golkishore Prabhu. So we pulled for 5-day festival first time, and I see it's like the best of Janmashtami. The last 5 years, this is the 5th year we are doing. This is the best. Though we have some things to talk, but still it is the best because of all the devotees' efforts and different things devotees are doing throughout the Janmashtami festival. So first thing is, if you understand Krishna's teachings, his birth is very special. Janma karma cha me divyam evam yo eti tattvata tektva deyam punarjanmana mameti so Arjuna. So Krishna's birth and pastimes, the activities are divyam, the transcendental. How we can understand Krishna is born to Vasudeva and Devaki. There is nothing surprising. So many activities happen when Krishna is born. Always have question like, only some things are done by Krishna, and some things are left for the devotees. He's appeared in the prison house, and then he asked Vasudeva to carry me to Vrindavan. Right? A lot of times I have these questions. Why Lord is doing only partial job? He could have appeared there directly. But still he appeared in the prison house, and then he arranged everything with the potency of Yogamaya. It's like opening all the doors of the prison house. Everybody is put to rest. All the jailers are put to rest. Right? So it's an amazing thing that if you look at, he gave a lot of service to his devotees. He loves his devotees to render the service. Why? We all expressed our desire and envy towards Krishna, and then we came back to this came to this world, material world. And then we are trying to enjoy independent of Krishna in this world. And what is the method to go back? To go back to Krishna is only one way: to absorb in the Krishna's activities. And though it may appear like a movie, right? So many movies are there, boy-girl movies, wondrous feats, He-Man, Showman, Batman, what man you can call. So many mans are there out. So they are all going to perform Herculean tasks. We are all attracted to those kind of mans, right? How many of you are attracted to those mans? I am one of them, and my child. He-Man is a famous personality. He does so many things, right? Spider-Man, these days are like, Spider-Man is more famous. They make costumes out of it. So many mans are there. But all these activities, whatever activities that these different mans are doing, right? We are all attracted towards those activities because they are wondrous feats. Though they are illusory, they are not real, but we all feel like Harry Potter is the real thing. How many of you people read Harry Potter? Our kids? Yeah. So we feel like Harry Potter is the real. And people take pictures in Disney and all this more about these movies. But Krishna is real, and he is performing all these wondrous feats. He is not a mythological figure. that we created. No, he's there. And he is performing all these activities to just attract all of us to back to Godhead, back to Krishna, so that we can enjoy with him. Right? So that is why it is very important. Why he comes, why he performs all these activities is to just attract all of us. There is nothing else. Before Radha Gopajana came, senior devotee was saying, why are they coming to Farmington Hills? Anyone? Why are they coming to Farmington Hills? To engage in their services. Yeah. I heard that he comes to just enjoy it. That's it. There is no other purpose. He's coming here to enjoy various rasas, various things that devotees are going to perform. So that is the only purpose that they are appearing here. There's nothing else. By rendering service to them, we are all feeling that happiness in our hearts. So that is the reason they come here, they appear here, and they accept our services. And through that, we are happy and we are absorbing in them. And then we can go back to them. That is the only purpose. There is nothing else. So Krishna, before Krishna's appearance, if you look at how devatas are praying to the Supreme Lord, all the devatas are praying to the Supreme Lord. We are all praying to different devatas for different benefits, right? One may pray for wealth, one may pray for good spouse, one may pray for a good education. We have different devatas for different things. But look at all the devatas are doing. When they are in trouble, what they are doing? They are going to the Supreme Lord. They are going to the Supreme Lord and asking for help. And we are going to them. In Bhagavatam, it clearly explains, Yata Taror Mula Nisechani. Trupyanti tat skanda bhujopashaka pranapaharascha yatendriyanam tataiva sarvahan chitejya. Krishna is the source of everything. Krishna is the root of the tree. When we pour the water to the root of the tree, all the branches and leaves and twigs and fruits, everything is nourished. There is no doubt, absolutely no doubt in that, right? Anyone is experienced? Did you put water to the leaves and branches anytime, to the trees? No, right? So you'll put water to the root. Why? Because it's automatically nourished. It is the same way when another example that Srimad Bhagavatam explains is when we take the food from the hand and then put it into the mouth, and then in the stomach it digests, and then it gives nourishments to all the body parts. Right? There is no other way that, okay, my hand wants to enjoy today different rasgulla or whatever sweet grapes and I don't know, whatever sweet that you're given. You cannot enjoy independently. It has to feed to the mouth. Then automatically the body parts are getting nourished. There is no doubt. And why we cannot worship Krishna? Krishna can give everything what the others are giving. Why we are not able to do that? That explains in the Bhagavad Gita, again, 7.20. Kamaistaya hritagna prapatyantenya anya devata tam niyamam astaya prakritya niyatasvaya. Those whose intelligence has been stolen by material desires surrender unto demigods and follow the particular rules and regulations of worship according to their own natures. We don't have the knowledge that Krishna is the source of all. And by worshipping Krishna, all the devatas are satisfied. Before practicing Krishna consciousness, we have so many Devatas pictures in my home. So we are like securing, maybe this person may not satisfy my desire, maybe next person may satisfy my desire. So like that, we are taking insurance after insurance, different insurances with different Devatas. But because the Supreme Lord is sitting in everyone's heart, including the Devatas, Sarvasya Chaham Hriti Sannivisto, Mattas Prutir Jnanam Apohanam Cha. Supreme Lord is there in Devata's heart also. If you worship the Supreme Lord, who is present in the Devatas, automatically they are also satisfied. They are not worried that, oh, this guy is not coming to me, so I'm not going to give the benefits. No, not like that. They're completely happy that we are going towards different material things with, right? I want this, I want that, I want that. Like that we are going. But when we really start worshipping the Supreme Lord, then Devatas are also happy. Not that they are, insecure feeling. Array, this guy is not coming to me and then, going to a different personality. No, they are happy. That is why knowledge is very important. And pure devotees actually teach that how to reach Krishna based on the tattva, based on the shastras. How the pure devotees will give this information. Different things we can look. What is the most essential thing to become Krishna consciousness? One time, Srila Prabhupada is going for a morning walk, and all the devotees travel along with Srila Prabhupada in the morning times. And then they ask different questions, and then they take dictaphone, and then they record what Prabhupada is answering. One person was, interested to go along with all the senior disciples. And then he went, and then he said, he did not say anything. And then he came back. Prabhupada came back, and then he's about to go inside the car. When he's about to go inside the car, he just put his head in between the door and Prabhupada. And immediately Prabhupada asked, then this person, what is the important thing to become Krishna consciousness? Only one thing. What is that one thing? Desire. Yeah. We have only one thing to become Krishna consciousness. Desire. That one thing is enough for us to take us back to Krishna. How much sincere we are. How much sincere we are in executing that desire also. We have a desire, but without executing, will anyone get benefit out of that? Our desire to become a famous personality, right? So what will you have to do? You have to execute also, right? How many of you know Mr. Beast? Right? Mr. Beast is very famous, right? So if you look at his video, I think maybe 5 years before, right? 5 years before, he records how many followers I have to be on my YouTube channel, right? He's recording, pre-recording what in the future I want 1 million viewers to my channel. That's how he's giving pre-recorded video, and then he published later. But actually he worked literally for that, and he got more than 5 times, 6 times viewers for it. That is a simple material example I'm saying. But we all have the desire to do something. Desire is something that is the expression of the soul. That is the symptom that we are going to do for the soul. Expressing the desire is the only thing. Some people say we should not be having any desires. Right? Will that be possible? No. Then what we should do? We have to purify our desires. Desires, we may have a desire to enjoy ourselves, our body and mind needs. So many desires we have. but we just channel those desires towards the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Then we can purify that. There is nothing that extra that we need to do. Right? You may have a desire to cook. You can cook for Krishna. You can offer to Krishna and then have the prasad. You have a desire to render so many services. You have a desire to sing. You can sing for Krishna. You can purify the desire. All the wonderful devotees are rendering so many services for the last 4 days. So many services. More than 60, 70 people are serving. So they all have desire to serve. Introduction of Bhagavad Gita, Prabhupada writes, every one of us have something to do service, right? Either you have desire to serve your family, your nation, your office, so many things. You want to do some service. But the same thing, if you render that, express that desire to serve the Supreme Lord, then you will naturally be happy. Because we don't know where to put that desire today. We want to put that desire, okay, I want to eat something, I want to travel somewhere, I want to hear some music, I want to see something, different things we are trying to do so that we want to be happy by executing these activities. Ultimately, they are going to be give misery only. Today is Sunday, tomorrow Monday, again everyone has to go to work. Right? Sunday is over. I have to go back to work, and again we feel like, oh, take it. Every Friday we say TGIF. Thank God it's Friday. What will you do? Desire to sleep on Saturday and Sunday, and then feel ready for for Monday, feeling like very bad for Monday. That's the only thing. So bhakti is the expression of desire of our heart. Krishna is telling, render devotional service. He's saying, become my devotee. Always remember me and then become my devotee and worship me, right? So how we can do that? Through the devotional service. Many of you have exhibited it. How many of you felt happy when you were doing the service for the last 4 days? Right. So many things are there, so many sacrifices each and every devotee has done for the last 4 days. I'm looking at yesterday 9:30, still people are coming in the parking lot. I asked devotee, who is taking care of the parking lot, are you still here? And he said, like, no, still people are coming, and parking lot is still 1 or 2 slots only empty. We have to guide them. So many sacrifices they are doing. Lord reciprocates with our desires. What we want, right? Each and every desire of us, that's how the Lord reciprocates. If you have a desire to render any service, Lord will reciprocate. Depends on your sincerity of that desire. If you are so desired, then you will definitely get that service. If the same service is desired by multiple people, what will happen? Whoever desires strong, they will get the service. Whoever desires strong, they will get the service. So that's why it is very, very important to desire. Even our chanting, our chanting also attracts Krishna according to our desire. Prabhuji was explaining 16 years is just a fraction of a second. Chanting Krishna's names with what intention, with what desire that I am chanting, what I want out of chanting, that is most important thing. If I'm chanting to become materially in a good position, or if you want fame, if you want name, while chanting, based on the intention of our chanting, the Lord reciprocates. If you want just name and fame, Lord gives that also. There is no doubt in that. But what will happen when we get name and fame? We'll automatically will fall down, because we can't be on an artificial plane. So that is why it is very important to understand what is our intention in chanting. Krishna will empower and protect us according to our desire. This is one of the famous things that Srila Prabhupada always says. He prays, he goes to the Lord and then he prays, right? Always protect me from Maya. And then the other devotee, who was asking before about how to, Prabhupada says, no, I will not be caught by Maya. That's what he said before. And then he went to the Lord and then he prays to the Lord that, my Lord, please protect me from Maya. And then this devotee was so confused and asked, you just said you will not be caught by Maya. Again, you are saying that you are praying to the Supreme Lord. Then Srila Prabhupada says, because I am praying to the Supreme Lord, I am not caught. So that's why we have to have that protection through our prayers. We have to pray to the Supreme Lord to protect all of us from different, according to our desire. Again, have proper spiritual desires. We already talked like how we change our desires. When we come to the temple, we have to take the association of devotees and we associate with right people to have right desires. You may have a desire of something else, but if you associate with the devotees, they have spiritual desires to read Srimad Bhagavatam, to chant attentively. Right? All these things are there. So you will develop those spiritual desires when you are in the temple. Develop those spiritual desires by associating with the devotees. That is how you can transform your desires, material desires. We need the association to set the desires. And look at Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's desire. We will look into different devotees and Lord's desires, what Lord Chaitanya's desires. Supreme Lord himself is praying, na dhanam na janam na sundarim kavitamba jagadisha. Mama janmani janmaneshware bhavadat bhaktirahitapitayam. He is telling, I don't want money, I don't want people. He is giving all these reasons why he doesn't want anything. What he wants just birth after birth become. He is not asking something else. He wants to be a devotee. Birth after birth. What will you get to become a devotee? You may think like that. What is the great thing about becoming a devotee, right? You will get a green card, you will stay in America. You get a citizenship, you can stay permanently anywhere in the world. So many things are there. So many benefits are there by all these things. I was sharing the other day, if you don't have money, you have only one problem. If you have money, you have all problems. If you don't have money, you have only one problem. What is that problem? For anything, you don't have money. That's it. That's the only problem. But if you have money, you have all problems. That's how the life is. So we, birth after birth, Lord Chaitanya is saying, I want to be a devotee. The devotee's position, understand the devotee's position. Various personalities, Mother Yashoda. The devotees are controlling the Supreme Lord. What is that? Devotees are controlling the Supreme Lord. We all seen the pastime, wonderful pastime of the Damodar Leela, where Yashodamai is binding Krishna to the wooden grinding mortar, right? He's acting like he's completely afraid of Mother Yashoda. He's not acting actually. He's really afraid of Mother Yashoda. That's how he is totally bound by the love of his devotees. That's why Krishna, to give love, to bestow that, he always thinks so many times. Because once he gives the keys, anytime you can come to his house, right? There is no restriction. You are asking, give me keys to your home. And will you give keys to any stranger? Or you have to at least know that person, right? Or he must be referred by some other person, then you will give the keys. Or your garage code or whatever it is. So he must be referred by some other devotee at least. So he always ready to do so many things. To give bhakti, giving the key, then he always thinks, okay. So devotee is controlling the Supreme Lord. So that's why devotee's position is much superior. Even though he is a servant of the Supreme Lord, his position is much superior to any other so-called positions in this world. Are you clear? How many of you want to become a devotee of Krishna? Still not convinced? Some people are still not convinced. You can control Krishna. Right? What a position. They do only with love. Right? Not like give me that, give me this. No, not like that. They don't ask anything else. That is, Lord Chaitanya Krishna came to this world and then he told, Sarvadharman Parityaja Mamekam Saranam Raja. He said, surrender unto me, I'll just take care of all the sins. But he doesn't say how to surrender, right? So Lord Chaitanya is coming. And then he is explaining how to surrender also. As a devotee, he's coming as a devotee and then he's explaining how to surrender. These 8 verses, Lord Chaitanya gave, these are the verses. Out of that is what we talked about it. The Lord's desire, not to have anything except to become a devotee. And then Kolavecha Sridhar's desire. This is one of the few devotees of the Lord. Lord Chaitanya asked, what do you want? You want mystic powers? You want wealth, unlimited wealth? No. He asked for Lord Nimai, a small form, the baby form of Lord Chaitanya will come and steal the banana cups from this vendor. He is a vendor, banana selling cups vendor. Every day Lord comes to his shop and then he bargains, very radically he bargains. And then he quotes very cheapest price, this vendor. But still, Lord is like, this is not $1, this is just 10 cents. I can't give you more than 10 cents for this banana cup. Like that, he quotes very lowest, but still Lord puts lowest quote of that, and then he bargains with this devotee, and then finally he steals all the cups and then goes away. He won't give any penny to this shopkeeper. And this devotee is asking, I want that pastime to be my desire. That's it. Every day, Lord must come to this, my shop, and steal the banana cups. Can anyone think, is that a desire? Stealing banana cups without giving any money? Right? That's how the devotees are desiring for. They reject all these things, other things. Why? Because everything materially, whatever we may get, they are not going to come with us. They are going to end with this life. For sure, nobody is going to carry anything from this world. Everyone knows this point. Nobody carries anything from this world. But yet we are so much into it. so much attached to so many things in this world, as if we are going to stay here permanently. One time I was telling a story of a king. One king, and then one person visited the king. And Sadhu is visiting the king, and king is saying, please come to my guest house. My guest house is very nice, and you can stay very nicely here. Then the Sadhu said, is it your guest house? He said, yes, it's my guest house. Then Sadhu said, before you, I came. Right? Before you also, I came. And then I stayed there. You were not there. Then Sadhu said, yeah, my father was taking care of you. Then Sadhu said, before your father also, I came. And your forefather took care of me. And this, the king said, yes, that's true. Then is it your house? And the Sadhu asked, that is not your house. You are also temporary. After some time again, I'll come back and somebody else will be there here. Right? Yeah, please come forward. If you can come forward, I think some people are standing there. It could be better. So this Sadhu is giving this example of whatever you feel that it is your home, it's not your home. One day it is going to go away. So understand the temporary nature of this world, and then we can focus on the permanent thing. Then Prahlad Maharaj, what is Prahlad Maharaj decided? After getting the message from the Lord Narsingadev, Prahlad Maharaj is saying, I don't want to come back to you. What I want to do? I want to take care of all the souls who are all rebellious against you, staying in the material world, forgetting about you. I want to preach to them. I want to take all of them also back to you. That is what Prahlad Maharaj's desire. He's praying for that. How many of you want to go to moon planet? It is a very famous nowadays. Going to moon planet. People want to go and stay there permanently. Right? We don't have enough place in the Earth planet, and now we want to go and put a colony in moon planet. Everyone is searching for, okay, can we stay in a moon planet or not? Right? No miseries, no anything like no COVID here in moon planet. Right? No virus, something else will be there, but we don't know what it is. But we want to go there. We want to get rid of this planet later. Right? But Prahlad Maharaj is offered, okay, you can come back to me and stay happily in Vaikuntha. But Prahlad Maharaj is saying, no, I want to stay and take all the souls who are suffering in this world. That is his desire. And if you look at our founder Acharya's desire, we can think about, oh, they are all great souls, Lord Chaitanya is the Supreme Lord himself, and Prahlad Maharaj is great soul. You can think like that. Now, think about Srila Prabhupada. What is his desire? He came at 70, almost 70, in the cargo ship with 40 rupees, with no money. Absolutely nothing. 2 heart attacks in the cargo ship. Don't know to take left or right in the Boston. And what is his desire? What he's praying to? I was asking recently, my father is turning 69. They also had a wonderful Janmashtami. And they are almost double the crowd expected as what we are experiencing. And end of the day, for devotees, there is no prasadam. Absolutely no prasad for the devotees at 12:30 midnight. And they're all talking about prasad was not there for the devotees. And I just told him, just think about Prabhupada. Prabhupada is also 70 years old. And there is absolutely no complaint. With so many medical problems, he came here and he did not say anything. He is not looking for a hospital. I was hearing from his guest, Kishore Prabhu, several times about this. Small problem we have, like immediately we look after in the internet, Google, okay, what is this? How to get rid of this problem? And then check with the primary care doctor, what is my remedy for this? How many of you do this? Right? Small problem, any small problem. Continuously you have a headache, then immediately, you research first. Google Shastra is there for all of us to, completely put in dilemma, first of all, because we are not doctors and we still want to analyze based on the Google Shastra. One time my doctor told, don't look anything in the net, because so many unwanted things will come, scary things will come. Before I look, he told, this is it. Don't look after the searching in the net. So that is how we are all in this world. Every small problem, we try to find a solution for it immediately. And what Srila Prabhupada is doing? Srila Prabhupada is doing completely having complete faith on the Supreme Lord and the complete faith on his spiritual master, Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur. It is his desire. It is my spiritual master's desire that holy name will spread to the Western world. And that is how his faith is. This is his prayer. What is he doing? Oh Lord, I am just like a puppet in your hand. So if you have brought me here to dance, then make me dance, make me dance. Oh Lord, make me dance as you like. What is his desire? He's telling, make me dance as you like, as Supreme Lord likes. Not make me dance as I like. No, he's not saying as I like. He's saying as you like. Whatever you want, that you make. We have the desire now, and we have a desire, and what we'll have to do? We have to experience. We execute that desire. How we can execute that desire? Through the sacrifice. How many of you are parents here? Most of them. Right? How much sacrifice you have done to your kids? Invaluable, right? You cannot count those days without sleep. So you have to execute your desire. Your desire is to take care of your child, and now you're executing that desire through sacrifice. And Srila Prabhupada did the same thing. He sacrificed so much of his time. He sacrificed his sleep and he wrote all the Vedic literature, Bhagavad Gita, Srimad Bhagavatam. For whom? Only for all of us. Right? If everything goes, sacrifice means, if we think about it, 4-day festival, so many things didn't go well, not according to the plan. If things are not going according to the plan, that is the impetus to become a devotee. That is what it is. If everything is going well, why do you need Krishna? Yes? You planned your life, you planned everything. There is no impetus to take shelter of this higher power. According to our karma, we are given so many things. So we will not have any impetus to come and ask for help. And if you are already devotee, if you become a devotee, then what happens? If things are going according to the plan, then we will not make much progress. Even if you are becoming a devotee or not devotee, that's okay. But if things are going according to the plan, we will not take shelter of the Supreme Lord. we'll put our own abilities in front of it, and then we try to solve things. How many of you clicked reset button in your iPhones or your laptops or desktops? Nothing is working. What will you do? Reset, right? So that is what happens. If everything is planned, is working fine, this laptop is working fine, then I don't have the intention to pray sincerely, please, my Lord, please help me to open this laptop today. I don't need, right? I don't understand because I don't have the knowledge. Everything is coming from Him. If He doesn't give permission, this will not even start. This will not even work. You will not even come here. If it is snowing extremely outside, you will not even drive here, right? So the Supreme Lord's blessings must be there for us to execute anything in this world, but we don't see that. And we have 2 o'clock. I'll just close it. The two personalities here when it comes to sacrifice. Dadichi and Vritrasura. Vritrasura is a great devotee, but he became a demon. And then Dadichi, a great saint. Indra and everybody, Indra and all the devatas are approaching him. Dadichi is given. Indra is told by the Supreme Lord, go to Dadichi, the person here on the left, go to Dadichi. With his bones, he will give the bones from his body. He will die. With the bones, you'll create a weapon to kill this demon, Vritrasura. And then when the devatas approached him, they are approaching Dadichi to give his own body. That is how much he is ready to sacrifice. The Vaishnavas are like that. Their life is sacrifice for others. We have seen all the devotees, even look at all the devotees who are rendering service for the last 4 days. So many services, so much of sacrifice. Starts with His Grace Yugol Kishore Prabhu, his sleepless nights. So many things. Only for what? To give best for all the guests of Sri Radha Gopi and Vallabha. There is nothing else, right? Anyone is getting paid here? Nobody is getting paid for last 4 days of voluntary services. Nobody is paid. But everyone is happily doing it so that the guests of Sri Radha Gopi and Vallabha are happy and they can come back again. That is the only thing. There is nothing else. Vaishnavas live for that. Please understand. There's nothing that anyone is going to get anything out of it. But still, they still happily serve everyone. Dadiji's sacrifice and our suffering is due to our materialistic desires that we want to be selfish based on the body. Dadiji is asking devatas, hey, how are you asking me, the body, to give up? Every living entity is so much attached to his own body. Dadiji is not sitting on the deathbed and ready to give his body. No, he is having a lot of life, but he is still ready to give his body. And why these materialistic desires stay despite chanting? So many years of chanting also, these materialistic desires are not going away from our heart. Just because of only one example, Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, the spiritual master of His Divine Grace, Bhaktivinoda Swami Srila Prabhupada, says about one analogy. Good analogy is on the boat with the anchor. With great example is this. No, you cannot find any better example than this. We are all chanting for so many years with different anchors that I want this, I want that. I still chant. I want my material education to be good. I want my job to be good. I want my children to be behaving well. That's a myth. That will never happen. Right? I want money. Money gives happiness. His Holiness Devamrit Maharaj spoke one time, 2009, I still remember. There are several myths that we have to understand. Money brings happiness, first myth. Technology gives prosperity. There is not enough for everybody. That's why we want to be selfish. We feel that there is not enough for everybody. And then earth gives more resources. You can exploit as much as you can. So these are all myths. We chant and we approach the Supreme Lord with all these anchors. When we are chanting and approaching the Supreme Lord with all these anchors, where will our desire to change will attract the Supreme Lord? Will it attract? Never. That's why with that pure intention, with that pure desire, we should chant the Supreme Lord's names. Then he will be attracted by our sincere prayers. And then he will give that mercy and the happiness to all of us. With that happiness, we can continue our life to meditate upon him, to absorb in his activities. Then we can go back to him. That is what I would like to say. I'd like to end with this. It's already 6. Please forgive me if I spoken anything above my adhikar. I am also a practicing devotee. As I gave my analogy, you must have figured it out. Where am I right now? Thank you so much for your patient audience. Announce reciting Mahaprasad.
Oh. Hare Krishna, dear devotee. We have a Radha Krishna sitting here. Those who have not done so far, you can do the things they want here in the place. And Prashad will reach level of prayer. We will chant the Prashad prayers. And those who have come for the first time, PCD will talk to you, like explain you about the temple activity. Chant Mahaprasad prayers. Mahaprasade Govinde Namo Brahmane Vaishnave Valpa Punya Hitam Radha